first, we begin with breaking news out of the United Kingdom, where voting has officially ended in the country's general election. Millions of voters have been casting their ballots in a snap election called by Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. The result will determine whether Sunak remains in charge for 5 more years or if Labour leader Keir Starmer gets the keys to number 10 Downing Street. In a moment, we'll hear from Milena Veselinovic in North London. But first, let's go to James Bayes, who is outside the Prime Minister's residence. James, we're already starting to see these exit poll numbers coming through. Talk us through what we're reading.
Yeah, the exit poll has been published, and the exit poll is showing a Labour landslide. This is just a projection, of course. This is not the actual votes, but these exit polls have been accurate in recent elections. The exit poll is showing that Labour will get 410 seats compared to the Conservatives. The estimate is 131. That's the lowest number of Conservative seats they've ever had since the party was founded. The Lib Dems, a massive boost. Last time in 2019, 5 years ago, they got 11 seats. Now they have 61. And then you've got Reform. Now, that's Nigel Farage. It's the party that grew out of UKIP and the Brexit Party, very much on the right side of politics, and the party that was very much in favour of Brexit. They had no MPs at all, but so that even though this is a landslide for the left, for Labour, they've got, according to this exit poll, 13 seats. Now, the exit poll has been carried out in 130 different polling stations that are representative across the UK. They spoke to people immediately after they voted. There have been problems with exit polls in the past in the UK, but a long time back, particularly in 1992. They have more recently been pretty accurate, and they're obviously more accurate when the parties are not close. And the parties certainly, if this is to believe, are not close. A majority of 170 for Keir Starmer of Labour. This is, I think, very, very unlikely not to be the case that Labour are going to be the next government. Very, very unlikely that an exit poll will be off, considering the huge majority of 170 that that it says here for Keir Starmer, making it extremely likely that the next person to be in number 10 Downing Street is going to be Keir Starmer, a man who was a human rights lawyer. He was the Director of Public Prosecutions in the United Kingdom, so a lawyer job, and then became an MP and leader of the Labour Party. The Labour Party last time had a very, very bad result in the last election, just 202 seats. Now they've got 410, so an amazing change for the Labour Party if these predictions are true. And it's worth saying that these are only predictions. I think given the accuracy of exit polls in recent years, it's very hard to see how the overall result won't be like this. But for the actual numbers, we have to wait. The UK divided into 650 constituencies. In each of those constituencies, people vote for an MP. And slowly, as the night goes on here and into the morning and all day here on Friday, we're going to get each of those results from the 650. And the party that has the most MPs, they are the ones that gets the Prime Minister in Downing Street. And all the indications say that that Prime Minister is going to be Keir Starmer.
And James, let's put this into context for our audience. This is not only, of course, these are early projections and we do have to wait for the official results. But at this stage, the Labour Party looks set to win not only a majority, but looks set to win the most seats by any party since 2001. That's quite a large victory on a large scale.
It is a large victory, and I think the other thing to say, if you look at the British political system, and this may be changing, but until now, over the last 45 years, once a party gets into government, they tend to stay in government for more than one term. So if I go back and look at the political tides since 1979, the Conservatives were in power from 1979 to 1997 for 18 years. Labour then were in power from 1997 to 2010 for 13 years. And now the Conservatives, initially in a coalition, have been in power for 14 years. So the way it's worked, certainly in the last 45 years, is once you get your Prime Minister in there, you're in power for quite a long time. So it could be, if this prediction is right, and certainly the prediction is very, very clear-cut what it's telling us, it could be that we're seeing a major political change in the United Kingdom.
All right, thank you, James. That's James Bays reporting from London. Let's now bring in Milena Veselinovic, who is at a counting centre in North London. Milena, talk us through the counting as it begins behind you.
Yes, well, we're at the Royal Air Force Museum in North London. Hence the plane, it's patrol 1938, in case anyone's interested. And a short while ago, ballot boxes started arriving from 3 constituencies here in North London. 230 staff will be counting them through the night. Now, those 3 constituencies are at the moment Conservative, but if you believe the polls, they are predicted to swing to Labour, and it's one of the key battlegrounds of this election here in this area. One of the constituencies has been a Conservative one for the last 20 years with the same MP, Theresa Villiers. Now she has a battle on her hands to keep it. Another one used to be Margaret Thatcher's constituency. That one too is predicted to swing to Labour if you trust the polls. And throughout the night, people here will be counting. Of course, we don't know what it will be until all the results are announced. And we've got a long night ahead of us before that happens. Nationwide, first results are expected about 11:15 local time from towns in the northeast of England. There's a bit of a lull, and then it starts getting going again about 4 a.m. when we will most probably hear the seats of Keir Starmer, the leader of the opposition for now, and Rishi Sunak, the current Prime Minister. Their seats will declare around 4 a.m. and then other seats will start coming in, and we should get a really clear picture probably around 7 a.m. So a really long night ahead of us. Lots of busy people here counting.
Right, thank you, Milena. That's Milena Veselinovic reporting from North London.